Hi there. Welcome back to English Every Day. I'm Fred, and today we're going to do something really fun. We're going to practice meeting new people and making friends in English. Now, you might be thinking, oh, Alex, I already know how to say hello. Is that enough? Well, not quite. You see, it's not just about saying hi or how are you. It's about sounding natural, confident, and friendly, just like native speakers do. So, let's imagine this scenario. You're walking into a coffee shop, or maybe you're at a park, and you see someone you'd like to talk to. Maybe they're reading a book, or maybe they're just enjoying a cup of coffee. How do you start? First things first, the greeting. You don't need to say anything fancy. Simple works best. You can say, "Hey, how's it going?" Or, "Hi, I'm Alex. How's your day so far?" Now, don't forget to smile. Smiling naturally makes you look approachable and friendly. And remember, you can also add a little filler here to sound casual. For example, "Hey, how's it going?" I'm just grabbing a coffee, you know? Okay, let's practice a few more greetings together. Repeat after me. "Hey, what's up?" "Hi, how's your day going?" "Hey, nice to see you." Perfect. Notice how short and simple these are. That's the key to sounding natural. Once you've greeted someone, you want to start a small conversation. Don't worry about long, complicated sentences. Native speakers often keep it short and casual. You could ask, "So, what are you up to today?" Or, "How's your morning been so far?" And when they answer, respond naturally. For example, if they say, "Oh, just grabbing some coffee and reading a book," you can say, "Nice, I love reading too. What book are you reading?" See? That's all it takes to start a friendly conversation. Also, it's completely normal to use fillers like you know, actually, like. They make your speech sound more natural and less robotic. For example, "I'm actually reading a mystery novel. It's really exciting." Another tip, notice the tone and intonation. Say your sentences with a little rhythm. Don't rush, but also don't drag. For example, "Hi, how's your day going?" versus "Hi, how's your day going?" The first one sounds natural. The second one, well, not so much. So, in this first step, remember, greet naturally, smile, use casual expressions, and add small fillers. This is the foundation of making new friends in English. Okay, now imagine you've greeted someone and made a short comment about the weather or what they're doing. You might continue with a casual question, like, "Do you come here often?" Or, "I really like this place. Do you come here a lot?" Notice how these are small, friendly questions. They're not interrogations, just light, casual, and easy to answer. And remember to listen carefully to their response. That's how conversations flow naturally. All right, that's the end of our first mini section. You've learned how to greet someone naturally, add fillers and casual expressions, and ask a short, friendly question to start a conversation. Up next, in Section 2, we'll dive deeper into small talk basics, where you'll practice talking about everyday things, hobbies, and interests, all while keeping your English fluent and natural. Now that you've greeted someone and started a conversation, it's time to move into small talk. Small talk might seem simple, but it's a powerful tool for making friends. Let's imagine you're still at the coffee shop. You could start with something about the weather. For example, "Wow, it's really sunny today, isn't it?" Or, "Looks like it might rain later, huh?" And when they respond, don't just nod, show interest. You can say, "Yeah, I wasn't expecting it. I should have brought my sunglasses." See? It's short, casual, and natural. Another great topic is daily routines or work. You could ask, "How's your morning been so far?" Or, "Are you working today or is it your day off?" And remember, fillers like you know, actually make it sound more natural. For example, "Oh, I'm actually just finishing some emails before heading out." Hobbies are another perfect small talk topic. You can ask, "So, what do you usually do after work?" Or, "Do you have any plans for the weekend?" These open-ended questions get people talking and show that you're interested. And here's a tip. Use casual phrases that native speakers often use. Like, instead of "that sounds good," you can say "cool," "nice," or "sounds awesome." Let's practice a short small talk example. "Hey, how's your morning been?" Them,
Pretty good, just grabbing some coffee. You? Same here. Needed a little break from work, you know? See how short and natural that is? No long sentences, just casual conversation. Another thing, notice how native speakers sometimes don't answer fully. For example, how was your weekend? Not bad. You? It's okay. You don't always need a long answer. Short and simple keeps it natural. You can also comment on things around you. For example, this cafe is really busy today, huh? Or the coffee smells amazing. These little observations are perfect small talk material. And don't forget showing interest. Use phrases like, really? Oh, wow, or no way. These expressions make the conversation lively and show that you're listening. Quick practice example. Oh, you like hiking? That's awesome. Where do you usually go? Them. Just around the city trails. You? Yeah, I usually go to the park nearby. It's really relaxing, you know? So in this section, you've learned how to talk about weather, work, and hobbies, use short, casual responses, add fillers and casual expressions, make the conversation lively with comments and reactions. That's it for Section 2. In Section 3, we'll dive deeper into hobbies and interests, and I'll show you how to share your own experiences naturally while keeping your English fluent and friendly.
Now that you've practiced greetings and small talk, it's time to dive into hobbies and interests. This is where conversations get more personal and interesting. Let's imagine you just asked someone, "So, what do you usually do after work?" And they replied, "Oh, I like painting and sometimes hiking. You?" Here's a tip. When you share your own hobbies, keep it short, friendly, and natural. You could say, "That's cool. I enjoy reading novels and going to the gym. Painting sounds really fun, though." Notice how we used "that's cool" and "sounds really fun"? Casual reactions are key. You don't need complicated words to sound interesting. Another tip, ask follow-up questions to show interest. For example, "Oh, hiking, that's awesome. Which trails do you usually go to?" Or, "Painting, huh? What kind of art do you like?" These questions keep the conversation flowing naturally. And remember, using small fillers makes it even more natural. For example, I usually paint landscapes, you know, nothing too fancy, just for fun." You can also share funny or interesting stories about your hobbies. For instance, last weekend I went hiking and got completely lost. I ended up finding a hidden waterfall though, so it was worth it. Stories like this make your conversation engaging and memorable. Native speakers love sharing experiences and listening to stories too. Another important point, express your feelings naturally. Don't just state facts. For example, "I love painting because it relaxes me after a long day." Or, "Hiking makes me feel free and happy, you know?" And don't forget, you can mix in casual phrases and slang to sound more natural. For instance, "I'm really into hiking lately. It's kind of my thing, you know?" Or, "Painting? Totally my vibe." Quick practice example. You, "I love cooking too. Actually, I tried making a fancy pasta last weekend and it kind of turned out okay." Them, "No way. That's awesome. What kind of pasta?" You, "Just a simple carbonara, but I added some mushrooms, made it taste even better." So in this section, you've learned how to share your hobbies naturally, ask follow-up questions, add fillers and casual expressions, tell short stories, and express feelings. That's it for Section 3. In Section 4, we'll practice making plans and inviting someone to do something together, which is the next step in turning small talk into a real friendship. Now that you've practiced greetings, small talk, and sharing hobbies, it's time for the next step, making plans and inviting someone to do something together. Let's imagine you're talking with someone you just met at a cafe. You've already chatted about hobbies and the weather, and now you want to suggest doing something fun together. First, start casually. You don't need to be formal. You can say, "Hey, would you like to grab a coffee again sometime? Do you want to check out that new art exhibition this weekend?" Notice how short and friendly these are. You don't need complicated sentences. Just a simple invitation is enough. Another way to invite someone is to suggest a shared activity related to your previous conversation. For example, "Since you like hiking, how about we go to the park trail on Saturday?"
Or, you mentioned painting, there's an art workshop this weekend. Want to join me? And remember, using fillers and softeners makes it sound natural. I was thinking maybe we could check out that new cafe? Actually, if you're free, maybe we could go to the movies. When they respond, keep it casual and flexible. For example, oh, I'd love to, but I'm busy Saturday. No problem. How about Sunday instead? And if they hesitate or are unsure, you can add a little encouragement. It'll be fun, I promise. No worries if you're busy. Maybe another time. Also, notice the tone. Native speakers usually sound friendly, upbeat, and relaxed. You don't need to rush. For example, so would you like to join me for a walk in the park this afternoon? Versus you, walk, park, now. The second one sounds awkward. Quick practice example. You say, hey, I'm thinking of going to the weekend market. Do you want to come along? Them say, maybe, I'm not sure yet. You say, no problem. If you change your mind, just let me know. It's really fun, you know. And don't forget, you can suggest multiple options to make it easier for them. We could go for a coffee or maybe see a movie, whichever you prefer. One last tip. When someone agrees, confirm politely. Great, so Saturday at 3 p.m.? Sounds good. Awesome. I'll text you the details later. In this section, you've learned how to invite casually, suggest activities based on shared interests, use fillers and softeners for natural speech, handle hesitation, and confirm plans politely. That's it for Section 4. Up next, in Section 5, we'll practice handling unexpected changes and polite excuses, which helps your English sound even more natural in real-life situations.
Now that you've practiced making plans, it's time to learn how to handle unexpected changes and politely excuse yourself. This is super important because in real life, things don't always go as planned. Let's imagine you invited someone to go to a cafe on Saturday, but they say, "Oh, I'm busy that day." How do you respond naturally? First, stay relaxed and friendly. You could say, "No worries, maybe another day works better for you." That's totally fine. When are you free? Notice how we acknowledge their reason and offer flexibility. Native speakers do this all the time to keep the conversation comfortable. Another situation, you made plans, but something comes up on your side. You can say, "Hey, I'm really sorry, but I have to reschedule. Can we move our coffee to Sunday?" "I hate to do this last minute, but something urgent came up. Is another day okay?" Using polite expressions like sorry, I'm afraid, or I hate to do this helps you sound courteous and natural. And don't forget softeners and casual fillers. I just realized I have another appointment. Would it be okay to meet later? Actually, I'm tied up in the morning, but I could do the afternoon instead. Quick practice example. You, hey, are we still on for lunch tomorrow? Them, oh, I'm afraid I have to cancel. Something came up. You, no problem. Maybe we can reschedule for next week. Them, yes, that works. Thanks for understanding. Another tip, if someone cancels, you can show understanding and kindness. For example, it's totally fine. I understand. Let's find another time that works for both of us. No worries at all. I know things can get busy. And if someone hesitates about joining an activity, you can encourage them gently. It'll be fun, don't worry. You'll enjoy it, I promise. These small phrases make your English sound friendly, natural, and relatable. People respond better when you show flexibility and positivity. In this section, you've learned how to respond politely to changes in plans, use polite excuses and softeners, show understanding and flexibility, keep the conversation friendly and positive. That's it for Section 5. In the final section, we'll practice wrapping up a conversation, saying goodbye, and leaving a positive impression, which is the last step to mastering natural English interactions.
Now that you've practiced greetings, small talk, sharing hobbies, making plans, and handling changes, it's time to wrap up the conversation and say goodbye naturally. Imagine you just finished hanging out with a new friend after coffee or a fun activity. You want to leave a good impression and keep the door open for future interactions. First, start by showing appreciation. Thanks so much for today. I had a great time. I really enjoyed our chat. It was fun getting to know you. You can also mention something specific about the conversation to make it personal. I loved hearing about your hiking adventures. They sounded amazing. That story about your painting mishap was hilarious. Haha. Next, suggest staying in touch or meeting again. We should definitely do this again sometime. I'll text you about that art exhibit next week. Maybe we can go together. When you actually say goodbye, casual expressions are best. See you later. Catch you soon. Take care. And if you want to end on a warm, friendly note, you can add, "It was really nice meeting you. Take care and talk soon. I'm glad we met today. Hope you have a great rest of your day." Quick practice example. You, "Thanks again for hanging out today. I had so much fun." Them, "Me too. Let's do it again soon." You, "Absolutely. I'll text you later this week. Take care." Another tip, when wrapping up, keep your tone upbeat but relaxed. You don't want to rush, and you want your voice to sound friendly and natural, just like native speakers. Finally, a small recap. Show appreciation for the time spent together. Mention something personal or memorable. Suggest meeting again or staying in touch. Use casual, friendly goodbye phrases. Keep your tone relaxed, upbeat, and natural. And that's it. Congratulations! You've gone through all 6 sections of our 30-minute single-speaker practice. Greetings and introductions, small talk and casual conversation, hobbies and interests, making plans and inviting someone out, handling changes and polite excuses, and wrapping up and saying goodbye. Remember, the key to sounding natural is practice, repetition, and using casual expressions freely. Shadow this script. Record yourself and notice your intonation, pauses, and rhythm. Thanks for practicing with me today on English Every Day. Keep speaking, keep improving, and most importantly, have fun while learning English. Goodbye.